Hello, this is News Plus on Via Television. I am Deborah Ndukaife. Now, President Bola Tinubu has urged Muslims nationwide to pray for Nigeria, which he said is at an important juncture as his government takes all necessary measures to make the country secure and economically viable. Tinubu congratulated Muslims in Nigeria and beyond on this year's Eid Maulud celebration, charging them to live by the teachings of Prophet Muhammad. The president said, beyond celebrating the day marking the birthday of the Holy Prophet, the period should be used for deep introspection and fervent prayers. He urged religious leaders to use the period to pray for the country and to encourage their followers to take the appropriate lessons from Prophet Muhammad's life in their commitment to the country. Now, with over 453 deaths from diphtheria outbreak in Nigeria, the United Nations Children's Fund, UNICEF Nigeria, has raised the alarm about the urgent need for widespread vaccination. The outbreak has so far resulted in over 11,500 suspected cases, more than 7,000 confirmed cases, and claimed the lives of 453 people, mostly children. In a press statement signed by its representative, Dr. Ronak Khan, UNICEF said, to respond effectively to the outbreak, UNICEF Nigeria needs to raise an additional $3.3 million until the end of the year. Khan noted that most cases are children aged between 4 to 15 years who have not received even a single dose of the vital vaccines, laying bare the urgency of the vaccination situation in Nigeria. UNICEF is providing urgent support to the Nigerian government in its efforts to combat the outbreak. A crucial part of the support includes the procurement of vaccines to support the government's response and has deployed 9.3 million doses of diphtheria vaccines to affected states including Kano, Bauchi, Borno, Yobe, Katsina, Kaduna, and Jigawa states. In a bid to review current copyright and contract laws in Nigeria and identifying any gaps or areas in need of reform, the House of Representatives has called for collaboration with relevant stakeholders, including record labels, artists, legal professions, and industry associations to develop and implement industry-wide guidelines that ensure fair treatment, transparent contractual agreements, and adequate compensation for artists. In a motion sponsored by Honorable Babajimi Benson, the Nigerian Copyright Commission, NCC, is asked to take immediate action to protect the rights to Mohbad's songs and lyrics, address copyright violations, and ensure the proper management of his musical assets while securing his son's benefit from his musical legacy. Concerned that Mohbad's case is not an isolated incident, many artists in Nigeria find themselves ensnared in unfavorable contractual agreements, limiting their creative freedom and financial growth. This situation, Benson said, can lead to disputes and at times even violence.
Addressing this issue is vital for the industry's growth and sustainability. The House is also cognizant that the Nigerian Copyright Commission functions encompass copyright registration, law enforcement, education, royalty management, international collaboration, legal advocacy, policy development. Hence, they should be protecting copyright and promoting artists' interests in Nigeria. Monitor the ongoing investigation of Mohbad's death, particularly the allegations of harassment and unpaid royalties. Collaborate with stakeholders, including record labels, artists, legal experts, and industry associations to develop and implement industry-wide guidelines that ensure fair treatment, transparent contractual agreements, and proper compensation for artists. Reviewing existing copyright and contract laws in Nigeria. Identifying gaps or areas in need of reform.
The Speaker of the House of Representatives, Honorable Abbas Tajuddin, has restated the commitment of the legislature to addressing the socio-economic challenges facing Nigerians, stressing that it is a priority for the 10th Assembly. The Speaker, in his opening address to welcome members back from a 2-month annual recess of the National Assembly, expressed concerns over the hardship occasioned by economic instability in the country. While the executive arm of the government is engaging the citizens and trying to work out strategies to tackle the hardship in the country, the Speaker noted that legislative actions must be dedicated by a clear, robust vision aimed at supporting the executive in restoring the citizens on the path of prosperity. The Speaker stated that the 10th Assembly would maintain the tradition established by its predecessors in terms of speedy consideration of the appropriation bills.
Right and development, I wish to direct that all other committees should conclude their assignments and submit their reports on or before 3rd of October 2023. Accordingly, all other committees shall cease to exist on October 3rd, 2023. However, in an event that any other committee is unable to conclude its assignment on this date, such charge shall be yielded to the relevant standing committees of the House.
The Speaker, while appealing to the organized labor not to embark on a nationwide strike, noted that the House must put in extra work hours to ensure that the budget is passed in good time to enable its implementation from the first day of
The organized labor, it
2024.
appears, by this midnight, following the expiration of the 21 days ultimatum issued to government. As the people's representatives, we feel and equally share in the pains of our people at these very difficult times. However, I would like to appeal to the Nigerian Labour Congress to consider the various actions being taken by the federal government to alleviate the current hardship faced by Nigerians. As promised earlier, this House remains committed to getting a survival wage to all Nigerian workers.
In another development, the House resolved to mandate the House Committee on Health Institutions to investigate cases of unethical exploitative practices in health procurement and surrogacy by fertility hospitals and clinics. It is stressed that if the trend is not urgently checked, it will lead to an increase in cases of infertility and cancer infection amongst young donors and surrogates, as well as promoting exploitating practices.
Over the eggs obtained between 100,000 naira to 150,000 naira per retrieval, with 5 to 6 eggs extracted per month. The House is also worried about the widespread practice of terming this process as donation, while in reality, desperate women of childbearing age are coerced through target marketing to sell their eggs with potentially adverse effects on their future reproductive health and overall well-being.
Airstrikes by the air component of Operation Udoka 2, a military operation against criminals in the southeast, have destroyed hideouts of the outlawed indigenous people of Biafra Eastern Security Network (IPOB) in Imo State. The strikes were conducted at the criminal hideouts located at Mother Valley in Nnewi South local government area of Anambra State and Aku Ihube in Okigwe local government area of Imo State. Spokesperson of the Nigerian Air Force, Air Commodore Edward Gabquet, announced this in a statement on Wednesday. He said similar airstrike in close coordination with ground troops were conducted the same day at IPOB hideouts in Aku in Imo State after detailed analysis of intelligence on the terrorists converging for a likely rendezvous at their hideout. We will be going on a quick break, and when we come back, News Plus continues. Stay around with us. Welcome back. The United Nations Children Fund UNICEF has supported the validation and registration of 20,800 Almajiri children to the social register in Katsina State. The head of Operation State Operation Coordination Unit, Rabi Mohammed, disclosed this in Katsina at the quarterly Social Protection Technical Working Group meeting, and she further explained that the exercise was carried out in 3 local government areas for future interventions. According to her, no fewer than 5,882 Almajiri children were registered in Kafor local government area in Mani local government area and 8,318, while in Safana local government area, they registered 6,106. Rabi revealed that during the exercise, they had also captured about 131 Almajiri from Abuja, Kaduna, Kano, Jigawa, Gombe, Bauchi, and Zamfara, adding that out of the Almajiri children integrated, 43.97% are males, while the females are 56.3%. And now the Nigerian Navy ship NNL's Delta has handed over 2 suspected oil thieves to the officials of the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps for further interrogation. The suspects were handed over to the NSCDC at the premises of the naval base in Warri. Navy Captain Solomon Paul, executive officer of the NNS Delta, handed the suspect to the representatives of the NSCDC on behalf of the commander, NNS Delta Commodore Chindo Yahaya. Addressing newsmen, Yahaya said the suspects were apprehended on September 17th at the Ashugbo Creek in Warri South local government area of the state. He disclosed that the feat was made possible by the NNS Delta Patrol Team in conjunction with the Ocean Marine Solution surveillance staff. The naval officer added that the suspects were brought to the Navy base and after interrogation, they claimed to be fishermen. The price of cooking gas has increased in Maiduguri metropolis as a kilogram of gas is sold at 1,000 naira. The soaring price is related to perception of retailers that price of 12 kg will hit 18,000 naira before December. And our correspondent Beatrice Kuriti reports that some residents found the increase shocking and permitted that it will cause additional hardship to the dwindling economy. The report.
It would be recalled that gas retailers in Nigeria warned that the price of gas will be hiked due to the exorbitant charges at the terminal points. These warnings took effect recently as prices of cooking gas has increased and some Maiduguri residents feel bad about the new development, stressing that it will cause more hardships on them.
Seriously, I'm surprised at some point because this is what I normally buy at the range of 700 to 800 naira. But just to come today and find that the price of 1,000 naira per kg, it's actually surprising seeing how our economy is really melting.
We have not finished the subsidy. Even the subsidy now, people are even dying. People are sleeping, are having they have reduced their square meals to two, some one, some none, some once in 2 days, some even they don't even have self. You see beggars all over. Everybody is becoming a beggar. Sure. And now see another one coming up. Gas. Even feeding self, one cannot feed. Firewood is difficult. Charcoal is expensive.
Daya kowane keji 6 kg
A kg is 1,000 naira and 6 kg is 6,000 naira. It's just too much because now you don't get money as usual and it has made life difficult for me. To feed your family is very difficult too. Everything has increased. You see, things are getting hard. You can't even save anymore. The residents appealed to the government to set up a price control agency to check unnecessary hike in prices of commodities and services that affect lives of Nigerians.
Government should quickly come in and regulate the price, and even the people that the people that own the gas terminal, I think they should be spoken to. I forgot. I think they used to talk about the price control before. I don't know. I've long hear about that. I don't know what's the problem. Is there any price control in existence? if the price, everybody will just wake up and just put his own price at any time that you feel like doing. I think the government should come in quickly.
When it comes to advice, I believe a lot have been said, a lot have been done. Let's just keep hoping that our economy is going to move to the better side of the expectation.
Many residents want the cooking gas price hike reversed. It remains to be seen if the government will consider their plea. Bitrus Kuruti, Viewer Television News, Maiduguri.
As a fallout of federal government increase in the salaries of lecturers across the country, students in Maiduguri also wanted hiked tuition reversed to enable have access to affordable higher education. Beatrice Curity reports.
The news of the federal government's salary increase for lecturers to students in Maiduguri, the Borno state capital, was viewed as a welcome development. According to them, it will motivate lecturers and encourage them to put more effort in the teaching career.
It is good idea because they can the lecturers, like professors, doctors, they can able to do their work efficiently.
Well, the increment ordinarily should motivate the lecturers more. We could see that in the university here, lecturers will complain about non-payment of examination fees for marking of script and stuff like that. So we usually have delay in the release of results as a result of non-payment of marking fees and stuff. So we believe with all these increments, they should be motivated to an extent and they'll be able to give in their best.
However, the students also want the government to consider reversing the hike in school fees, saying the economic hardship is making life unbearable for them and their parents.
I'm calling NUC, that is National University Commission, to direct the universities. At least if they can increase their school fees, they should increase it, not above 100%. This 200%, 300% it's not applicable. It's not good.
That the fees we've actually been paying is not feasible to meet up with certain challenges and certain services that should be offered in the university. We all understand that, but given our income also as students and even the parents, as it very, so most students found it very difficult to pay.
The result of increased school fees, many our colleagues, they find it very difficult. Many of them, they left the school because of this increment. Though we heard about they were going to increase the school fees, but we don't expect this high rate. We are calling the federal government to intervene or the National Universities Commission to look about it.
While some schools across the country reviewed their fees, many students want the federal government to make education not just accessible but also affordable. Bitrus Kuruti, Viewer Television News, Maiduguri.
Now, Bauchi State Governor Bala Mohammed has pledged to ensure equitable distribution of projects across the geopolitical zones in the state for the benefit of all as well as for justice and equity. The governor stated this while flagging off 19 kilometers road construction, which is being implemented in collaboration with development partners under the Rural Access and Agricultural Marketing Project, RAM, a World Bank intervention program. Bauchi State correspondent Alha Hassan completes the story.
The 19-kilometer road construction from Liman Katagun to Luda, which was flagged off by the Bauchi State Governor Bala Mohammed, is part of the Rural Access and Agricultural Marketing RAM project, a World Bank intervention program. Under the RAM project program, 18 states are to benefit from the huge amount of money that is in the basket, which is being contributed by the International Development Agency
to the tune of $280 million, and the French Development Agency (RDB) to the tune of $230 million. This is the money that is in the basket for the 19 states, not only Bauchi State. The 18 participating states of the Federation are to contribute about $65 million. Satisfied that this project development objective aim at providing access road in rural areas to both agricultural marketing in sustainable manner was in keeping with our own thinking. We wasted no time in increasing the momentum of the project.
The 19-kilometer road, which is earmarked at the cost of 2.4 billion naira, will open up the rural areas as put forward by the governor.
This will open up the rural areas the way and manner the coordinator has mentioned. We are doing things by justice and equity. We will make sure that this project is equitably distributed between the geopolitical zones of the state.
Earlier in his address, the Commissioner, Ministry of Special Duties and Rural Development, Faruk Mustafa, says Bauchi State has keyed into the RAM project with the aim of delivering all the project's development objectives alongside other 18 participating states of the Federation.
Accordingly, the State Project Implementation Unit that is committed and diligently following the World Bank procedures and processes for effective and seamless project implementation has been established.
The contractor handling the project promised to complete it within the 18 stipulated months. Awal Hassan, Viewer TV News, Bauchi.
And that's all on News Plus. Many thanks for watching. I am Deborah Ndekaife. Please stay tuned and enjoy the rest of our programs.